Welcome everyone back to Wrestling with Politics. My name is Joel Perez, and after my last video breaking down Kamala Harris's 60 Minutes interview, Kamala Harris actually ended up doing her first real series of interviews 1 month before the election. Kamala Harris finally decided to, start running for president, and just those first couple of interviews that Kamala Harris did, her first full day of interviews, tanked her entire campaign. Now everybody's worried Kamala Harris is going to lose the election to Donald Trump. She's not going to be able to bring it home. And she's did so bad in those first series of interviews that now Barack Obama has had to come out and do a series of damage control. But even Barack Obama's propaganda is not flying very well anymore. And Barack Obama is receiving major pushback for his comments to the black youth in this video. Now let's get straight into this video and see what Barack Obama had to say.
My understanding, based on reports I'm getting from campaigns and communities, is that we have not yet seen the same kinds of energy and turnout in all quarters of our neighborhoods and communities as we saw when I was running. Now, I also want to say that seems to be more pronounced with the brothers. And you're coming up with all kinds of reasons and excuses. I've got a problem with that because part of it makes me think, and I'm speaking to men directly, part of it makes me think that, well, you just aren't feeling the idea of having a woman as president. Anybody you are talking to in a barbershop, anybody you are talking to in your house, in your family, at church, who is coming with that kind of attitude, I think you have to ask them, well, how can that be? Because the women in our lives have been getting our backs this entire time. They've been raising us and working and having our backs, and so now you're thinking about sitting out or even supporting somebody who has a history of denigrating you because you think that's a sign of strength, because that's what being a man is, putting women down. That's not acceptable.
And in this clip, Barack Obama comes out trying to talk like he's someone's father and tries to lecture young black voters as if he has any room to speak, as if during his presidency, Barack Obama didn't take us from 2 wars to 7. He bombed Yemen, Libya, Syria, Kuwait, Iraq, and Afghanistan was getting bombed every single day. And during the fallout of the 2008 financial crisis, Obama bailed out the banks and failed to prosecute those same Wall Street bankers and tycoons who caused the recession in the first place. And worst of all, when Obama ran for president in 2008, he promised people hope and change, but he delivered on none of that. Instead, he has been one of the biggest liars and perpetrators of disinformation that we've ever seen. He lied to us for 4 years and told us that Joe Biden wasn't demented, and now he wants to use whatever of that goodwill he has left to lie to young black voters and make it seem like they just hate women because they don't support Kamala Harris. Now, I'm sure that there are some extreme cases of some men not wanting to support Kamala just because she's a woman, but for Barack Obama to make it seem like this is a widespread belief, and more importantly, to make it seem like that's the only reason that voters have not wanted to vote for Kamala Harris, is extremely insulting. As if black voters aren't voting for Kamala for no reason. Like maybe the fact that prices have doubled since Kamala has been vice president, maybe they're mad because the Biden-Harris administration sent $200 billion of their taxpayer dollars to Ukraine, $18 billion to Israel. Meanwhile, the black community hasn't gotten a single cent. But Barack Obama can't fathom any of that. It's simply because some black men are too misogynistic to see the greater good. Give me a break. Let me tell you right now, this isn't winning the Democratic Party any voters. As a matter of fact, they definitely lost votes trying to make this argument. And the only reason Barack Obama is making this argument to begin with is because he doesn't have any major policy proposal to point to. He certainly can't brag about any of the accomplishments of the Biden-Harris administration. All Barack Obama can do is resort to the same tired Democratic tricks of identity politics, and it's not working. Voters are done falling for the same bag of tricks.
I've been hearing a lot of bull today. I have been disenfranchised all day because I'm asking questions. They not answering my questions. This is how young people feel. When you want to be the president of the United States, you call your man, call MTV. We're going to give you a platform. We're going to give you a way to speak because you on to something, kid. Well, you on to something. You making sense to me. You got me. I am franchised. I'm not disenfranchised no more. And we're going to keep it nonpartisan, but we got to applaud when somebody's making sense. Because we've been all around, all over, speaking to politicians, and this is what we call real talk. This is what now y'all understand why we vote. We're going to edit everybody else ass out and just run his
Yeah, I appreciate y'all. Thank you. And I just want to say how much I appreciate Puff Daddy for doing the kinds of work that he's doing, because he doesn't have to do this. But this is part of what is important about giving back.
And that video right there just goes to show how little Obama has to say about anybody, how little moral superiority this man has to talk about anybody. Obama has hung around the biggest scumbags, and Obama has done some of the sleaziest things that you can ever imagine. And he thinks that he has the right to come out of his mansion and lecture young black voters and tell them to fall in line. Well, guess what? He doesn't. So my question to you watching this video is, are you tired of being lied to and spoken down to by the biggest scumbags and assholes? Have you had enough of being called the racist, a misogynist, a Russian asset, a white supremacist, a transphobe, and a bigot for simply trying to be an American and speak the truth? Are you ready to finally get up off your ass and tell both of these genocide-supporting, pro-war, fascist, warmongering parties exactly where they can shove it? If the answer to those questions are yes, then it's clear exactly what you can do. Make sure to click on that subscribe button and make sure to stay tuned to Wrestling with Politics for more content. Thank you for watching this video.